Let's get straight to it. Conscious Crypto, like, subscribe, do whatever you want. I don't care if you hate this video, give it a likes, give it a thumbs up, support the channel. So today, talking about the 3 types of traders, essentially 3 trading styles from a psychological perspective, and how you implement your trading. So I could consider him a mentor, is Crown Crypto. And Eric says that technical analysis is incomplete, right? He relies on quantitative analysis, which is the way he backtests his strategies and then produces the math, the numbers, the statistics that verify whether he has a legitimate strategy and he can rely on it. I find this very, very practical, and especially because managing your psychology is a nonstop game. It's nonstop. The mind is a monkey. And to actually put some element of this game of uncertainty into the realm of certainty is practical. In fact, it's probably professional. So we're going to talk about these 3 trading styles presented by Mark Douglas, and specifically correlate them to the 3 skills, creative skills, that Tony Robbins attributes to himself and the likes of Tom Brady and Ray Dalio, and why they are successful. So no matter what field you're in, what career you're in, what profession you're in, these 3 creative skills will make you successful. Well, they will enhance your ability to execute and stand apart. So it's like, to me, if you're going to do a thing, do it well. So let's figure out how to do things better, right? Do less, do it bigger, do it better. All right, here's Mark Douglas.
There's mechanical trading, subjective trading, and intuitive trading. There's 3 stages. In other words, in mechanical, what you want to do is you want to trade with a rigid criteria that defines your edge. All execution decisions are made in advance of market activity. The market either conforms to your definition of an edge or not, and you execute your trades based on a plan. In other words, what you're doing in the mechanical mode of trading is you're limiting the number of variables that you're dealing with in the market.
Okay, that has power. There are so many variables that create uncertainty in the market. So to actually narrow down the amount of variables that go into your trading execution is wise. It's the thing to freaking do, especially when you're starting out. But so many that I've mentored and so many that I've watched, including my early journey, thought technical analysis was the whole of it. And it's not. Just because you think you have, I know how to use the Fibonacci. Congratulations, you learned how to click a few buttons. You graduated to the level of a chimp. I'm speaking to myself a little bit too, because it's funny, man. You get to this point where you're like, look at this, and I see that. Oh, and I could have, woulda, shoulda, done. And when I did this, and like, ooh, this is cool. But like when you don't actually put it into a back-tested formula that shows you wins and losses, hit rates, expectancy, when you begin to extract numbers and say like, oh, okay, now I generally know how much money I make per trade. And once your trade starts to get to that level, you can begin to take profit. If not all, some. And if you're losing money, you also know how much or what your average loss is. So you have another certainty to give you the execution of closing said trade, right? To persuade you to say, against all the things going in your head, like, well, if I just let it run a little bit longer, it'll come back in my favor. I could lose less. All that bullshit nonsense in your mind, right? It's not working for me. I don't think it's working for you. That's why I'm making this video. So mechanical trading is all about utilization of said pattern recognitions. So we've taken the market, we've looked at the market, we've seen this, and that, and we're like, oh, okay, that happens a lot. And when that happens, it tends to go this way. So you have the if, then, therefore setup. Once you have the if, then algorithm of your trading strategy, you then go back test it so you get a better certainty and you take out some of the variables that causes confusion, and that way you have better utilization of the patterns that you see in the market. So I believe pattern recognition does come first, but we're going to relate this aspect of mechanical trading to execution, which specifically relates to pattern utilization. Quick word on that from Tony.
And then you got to learn pattern utilization. It's one thing to see it, it's another thing to use it.
Pretty simple, right? He's in and out on it, but it's one thing to see it. It's another thing to use it, right? To utilize it, to execute on it. And that's why traders who might be the best technical analysis, economic advisors in the world can't trade, because there is a huge gap between what you see and what you can act on. One thing to see it, another thing to use it.